Manchester City and Pep Guardiola are missing Rodri more than ever. Because among all the remaining players in the squad, no one can replace the role of the 28-year-old star. Mateo Kovacic was chosen to fill in for Rodri, but he also failed to meet expectations. But some incredibly good news has arrived for the citizens. On the evening of February 7, Man City's official website confirmed that Rodri, along with 3 new signings, Omar Marmoush, Abdukodir Khusanov, and Nico Gonzalez, were included in the squad list for the Champions League knockout stage. The additions of Marmoush, Khusanov, and Gonzalez were not surprising, but Rodri's appearance surprised many, because Pep Guardiola had previously stated that he would not return this season. Rodri suffered an ACL injury in September 2024 during a 2-2 draw with Arsenal, and was initially expected to be out for the rest of the season. However, according to The Times, the midfielder's recovery process has been progressing favorably and faster than expected. In an interview in January, Rodri also confidently shared that he could return in early May or even sooner. Man City hopes to be able to use Rodri as early as April. If the recovery process continues to go well, that is why coach Pep Guardiola decided to reserve a Champions League registration spot for his favored player. Although Rodri's ability to play remains a big question mark, Guardiola also expressed caution, stating that an ACL is a serious injury and requires time to fully recover. "I always believe that when you have a long-term injury, you have to respect the recovery time, because the human body has limits," he shared. Currently, Man City is preparing to enter the Champions League playoff round, where they will face Real Madrid. The first leg takes place on February 11 at the Etihad, while the second leg is held on February 19. If they progress further, Rodri's chances of playing will be greater, and his return could provide a crucial boost for Pep Guardiola's team. Meanwhile, Man City also made another important decision when they removed new signing Victor Reyes from the Champions League squad list. The reason is that UEFA only allows clubs to register a maximum of 3 new players after the group stage. And Man City chose Khusanov, Marmoush, and Gonzalez instead of Reyes. Even so, Reyes can still play in the Premier League and FA Cup. However, despite being registered, the possibility of Rodri's return in the upcoming matches remains open. Man City will closely monitor his recovery process before making a final decision on his return date. Real Madrid, on the other hand, is facing a serious personnel crisis ahead of the big clash with Man City. As a series of key players have suffered injuries, Real are in a state of great anxiety as their key central defender duo, Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba, have suffered serious injuries, potentially missing the crucial encounter against Man City. More worryingly, both players are expected to be out for at least 3 weeks. Throwing Los Blancos' defense into crisis, Rudiger suffered a muscle problem after the most recent match, while Alaba also suffered pain in his left adductor muscle after training on February 4. In addition, Real had already suffered heavy losses as Dani Carvajal and Eder Militao are also undergoing long-term injury treatment. The loss of all 4 key defensive players leaves coach Carlo Ancelotti facing a difficult personnel dilemma. Speaking at the press conference on February 4, "We are in a truly critical situation. Both Rudiger and Alaba will be out for at least 20 days. Currently, the alternative options for the center-back position are only Jacobo Ramon, Raúl Asensio, and Tchouaméni. With his vast experience, Tchouaméni will almost certainly be moved down to play as a center-back, although his preferred position is defensive midfielder. Meanwhile, the remaining spot will be a competition between 2 young talents, Jacobo Ramon and Raúl Asensio. Of the 2, Asensio has put in impressive performances in the last 2 months when given the opportunity. The situation is becoming even more difficult for Real as they prepare to enter a crucial phase of the season, especially the clash with Manchester City, a team determined to salvage their Premier League season by going deep in the Champions League. It should be noted that Man City has just experienced an extremely active winter transfer window, spending over €200 million to bring in 4 quality signings. Pep Guardiola's team has been reinforced, while Real Madrid faces a serious personnel crisis. Coach Ancelotti will certainly have to find the optimal solution to help his team stand firm against the biggest challenge of the season. Without effective solutions, Real Madrid could very well pay a heavy price against City, an opponent they have struggled to overcome in previous seasons. Conversely, this is a golden opportunity for Man City to defeat Real. In the context of fluctuating and erratic form, the citizens need a boost by defeating Real in order to avoid a disastrous outcome this season. In an interview with Spanish radio station Cadena Cope, Rodri reassured Man City fans when asked if he would be back in time for the final stages of the season. The Citizen star affirmed that he would. He shared that the 2024-25 season will be longer than usual due to the FIFA Club World Cup, with the final on July 13. It's not out of the question that Rodri could participate in this tournament immediately after recovering. Before suffering a serious injury, Rodri was offered a new contract by the Man City management. While he hasn't finalized his future with the Etihad club, the 28-year-old star knows there is interest from Real. However, he affirmed that Man City is home and he has no intention of returning to his homeland. "I like my current life and I still have a contract with the club. The league in my home country of Spain is very attractive. But in England, everything is special. Man City gives me a very comfortable environment. If I had to leave, I would definitely think a lot," Rodri shared. Two coaches, Pep Guardiola, Man City, and De La Fuente, Spain, have built their teams around Rodri's axis. The 28-year-old acts as a distributor for all the satellites thanks to his superb passing ability. Without Rodri, these two teams would be broken. It's that simple to understand how important Rodri is. However, Pep Guardiola himself admitted, the defensive midfielder has to think about the rest of the team, not expect recognition. Without Rodri, we couldn't have done so much. But he has to yield the spotlight to others. Here are the attacking stars like De Bruyne or Haaland. Clearly, the citizens' current crisis stems from numerous causes: the frequent absence of key players, the dependence on Erling Haaland for goals, the uncertainty about Guardiola's future. However, none of those causes are more serious than Rodri's absence. The citizens also emptied their coffers in the winter transfer window. But whether this huge amount of money can help Pep Guardiola turn the situation around, the answer will soon be revealed. And all Manchester City fans are eagerly awaiting Rodri's return as soon as possible to salvage a difficult season for the Etihad club. And what about you? Especially the citizens fans. Do you believe in a magical season where Pep Guardiola and his players can win the Champions League? Leave a message below in the comments section to let us know. And now, goodbye and see you in the next programs.